All right, welcome back to Building Dad Bod 2.0 2024 home gym tour. I absolutely love my home gym. This is where I went from 236 pounds before and after back surgery. Got myself back down into shape. Hit 1,000-pound total here this spring. Coming back from back surgery, did it in my home gym. Bulletproofed my posterior chain. Got a bunch of machines in the garage gym. We're gonna check out the shed gym. Check out the track outside quick. I got some workout equipment stuff there. Then we'll hit the garage gym. Just got some new equipment in there. Super excited. Got some new equipment in here this year. Turning it into my dream gym. Super functional. Got just about everything I want. Obviously there's still always a few more things on the list, but absolutely love my home gym. For me, it's more functional than any commercial gyms in my town for my needs. Let's go start checking it out. All right, so I think we'll start with the dumbbell rack, just because when I started my home gym, the first thing I did was piece together a full set of dumbbells. So I had 5 to 130 pound dumbbells in 5 pound increments. I couldn't fit them all in the racks. They were all over the floor. So what I did was I got now 12, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then after 30 pounds, I jump in 10 pound increments. If you can see here, I got plate mates. They are hockey taped to a 130 pound dumbbell. I was doing rows with a 140 pound dumbbell. But these things are cool. Magnets. And put them on either side of the dumbbell. They're 2.5 pounds each. So you can then go in 5 pound increments. So I can still have a full set of dumbbells up to 130 pounds. Well, up to 135 pounds in 5 pound increments. But I only have to have enough dumbbells to take up half the space. Most of my dumbbells, other than the 12s and 15s, are pro style. They're nostalgic for me. Grew up working out in the 90s. No one had urethane back then, at least not where I'm from. They were all pro style. Every set, you'd go grab them off the rack and you'd have to give them a little twist to tighten them up. And just brings back good memories for me. So that's what I have in my gym. 200-pound sandbag there. Absolutely love that thing. Do a ton of loaded carries. Use that on a weekly basis. In behind there, we got some mats, but you can see the little black guy there. That's the hamstring roller. I use this thing again all the time. I do it. Use it as an ab roller now as well. I do standing ab roller with it. I do hamstring, whatever you call them, hamstring curls on the floor with it. And I do knee tucks with it as well. Up here you can see I got all my little dumbbells. Use these for warm up, rehab work. My daughters use them as well. Here we got the Mad Spotters. I've never used Mad Spotters. Very cool concept. Some people hate on them. But you just hang them off a barbell, and then you can take dumbbells, place them on the hangers, and start dumbbells the same way you would start a barbell. From the top of the movement. They make them basically to save your joints, I think, but basically so you're not hurting yourself trying to kick them up and get them started. You don't need a spotter. But the key to it for me is the fact you can get your upper back set really well like you would with a barbell. Next up, let's just go through some plates here. So I have all calibrated plates in this gym, or a full set of calibrated plates. So I got 4 25 kg plates. I live in Canada, so Got kg calibrated plates. Constantly doing math. Down here, 20 kg. I got a few in the other gyms. I got about 12 of those total. Whole bunch of 10 kg plates. Got 12 of those as well. Got some in the other gym for 5 kg plates. I got 4 of those. And then a couple more down there on my Tib trainer. And then all the fractional calibrated plates up top on the wall here. Full set there. Synergy bumper plates, 10 pounders up there. I got those for my girls when they're working out. Some 15-pound bumper plates. I use those for change plates when I'm doing squats. Down there, some 1-inch 45-pound plates. I use those all the time for doing weighted dips and pull-ups. They're great because you can just loop the chain through the handle. Gives you a little bit of extra room around the old groin area there instead of having the plates pulled up real tight. What else do we got on the wall here? We'll just check out what's on the wall here quick. I got some lever arms there. They don't totally fit my rack in terms of they were made for a 3x3 rack. Mine's 2.3 by 2.3, but they do got the 1-inch bolt that bolts them to the rack. So I made some shims so I can use them on my rack. I don't use lever arms a lot, but I do use them. There we go. You can see them a little better now. But I do use them for things like bent over rows. And I like them for doing sometimes Bulgarian split squats, stuff like that. I use them for bent over rows if my back's feeling a little tweaked, because you can kind of just lean back into them. Less stress than doing them with a barbell. In the corner there, we got the strongman log. Apparently from Bells of Steel. I bought it secondhand. I didn't know they ever sold strongman logs, but it's basically the same dimensions, I think, as the one from Treadmill Factory. 8-inch, got the double handles. I enjoy playing around with that. Up top, we got an Arch Nemesis bar from Bells of Steel. Another one from Squat Racks Canada, who I don't think exist anymore. One I cut the ends off to use for a cable attachment. There we go. So cut the ends off. The other one still got the ends. I use it mostly for doing seal rows. I set my bench up high on blocks and then use the cambered Swiss bar to get a little extra range of motion. I have another Swiss bar there. That one is from Treadmill Factory, XM Swiss bar. The only thing I really use that for is overhead pressing. I like that. I like that as a way to switch up hand grip on overhead, just to change it up, change the stress on the joints a little bit. And then beside that is a that black bar with the green tape on it. There's a PVC bar with a wooden dowel inside it. I use that to mimic a bamboo bar for chaotic pressing. All right, and then behind there we got the trap bar. That's from Synergy Fitness. It's got short sleeves, but with calibrated plates, it doesn't matter. I can get a ton of weight on there. Down there we got the leg roller attachment for doing split squats. That's from Bells of Steel. It's got a 5/8 pin on it, so I got to use I just made adapters so I can use it on my 1-inch holes on my squat rack. And then in behind there, we got my my dip belt. I use it multiple times a week. An old Grizzly dip belt. I do weighted dips and pull-ups, usually 2 times a week each. And then I got a ton of bands back there that I use for banded exercises, and I use them also for bench press, squats, stuff like that. Deadlifts to add extra resistance at the top of the movement. Up here we got a bunch of grippers. Captains of Crush on that side, cheaper grippers on this side. It's funny, the Captains of Crush, obviously the higher quality, they are rated for less weight than the ones on the right, but the ones on the right are easier. So it works out nice. These ones kind of, they're less accurate, but some of them fall in between the resistance of the Captains of Crush. So when I get through kind of where I'm really good at one Captains of Crush, I can move over and do this one, and then I can move from the 1 to here to the 1.5 and just keep alternating like that. Now I'll go on to the racks. So my rack is not the most expensive rack. It is from Fitness Avenue, Amstaff Fitness. And it's 2.3 by 2.3 with 1-inch holes. It is rated for 1,500 pounds. And it has never let me down. It does everything I need it to do. As you can see here, I got some bells of steel safeties on the front. I used 1-inch adapters. Again, made adapters to get them on there because my rack is 1 inch. And the bells of steel pins have 5/8 pins. It's got the factory drop-in safeties. Absolutely love those. I hate just the rods that go through, and I don't like the straps either. I like having a safety that's solid, same height all the way across. Bells of Steel monoliths. Again, put adapters on them so they fit on my rack. I love monoliths. I use them for my squats, and I use them for bench press, JM press. Sometimes people think it's funny when I'm using them for bench press, but in my mind, they really mimic a handoff super well. I don't need a spotter. When I was heavier, I block pressed 350 pounds off them, and I didn't have to worry about tearing my shoulders apart trying to do that. Barbells, so it's just the bottom one there is a cambered bar that I built. Canada, tough to find a cambered bar that is fixed. Strong Arm Sport now has one, but it's on bearings. I wanted a fixed bar. I bought the Strong Arm cambered bar attachments right here. But when you put them on the bar with the bearings, they swing all over the place. Which is probably great for core. Well, it is great for core stability, but it makes squatting substantially harder. I use the fixed cambered bar mostly for doing good mornings. Works awesome. Absolutely love it. I use it for squatting every now and then. And then right below that is the Resolute axle bar, again from Strong Arm Sport. I like playing around with that. It really challenges the grip. This spring I was having a little bit of an SI joint issue, so I used that just to limit my basically my deadlift was limited by my grip, so I could deadlift without aggravating my SI joint while I was recovering. And then up top there, I got Strong Arm Sport squat bar, Strong Arm Sport deadlift bar, Synergy power bar. So I just set them kind of one above the other there because I wanted to show you the difference. Number one in lengths, and then you can kind of see the difference in diameter too. So the squat bar up there, 55-pound bar, 32 millimeter diameter. It is thick. The one below it, Strong Arm deadlift bar, 27 millimeter, super aggressive knurling. Absolutely love deadlifting with it. The one below that is a Synergy Rhino bar, power bar, 29 millimeters. It's okay. Doesn't have very aggressive knurling, but overall a solid bar. One thing I would say, if I could start out my gym all over again, I would probably buy, just for straight up barbells, I would probably buy just all strong arm sport, get rid of the synergy bar and replace that with a strong arm sport power bar. Their squat bar and their deadlift bar for the money have been absolutely awesome. I have zero complaints about them. Down below, we got the bench blocks. So we got the, I think that one's a 1 and a 2 on the left, and then the other one's 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. Great for doing block press. My shoulder, when I injured my shoulder a few years back, I got the bigger one. And I was able to block press when I couldn't do full range of motion bench press, and worked really, really well for keeping my strength up, even though I couldn't go right to my chest. Down below that, below the squat rack, we have the landmine tucked away in there. Love my landmine, doing stuff like single leg RDLs. You can do a lot of row variations with it. Works great. All right, so on to the rest of the barbells now. We got on the left there, yeah, right there, we got a Synergy women's bar. I got that. My daughters use that one. Next to that, we got Matsuru Olympic bar. Then we have a Strong Arm Sport Buffalo bar. Really like the Strong Arm Sport Buffalo bar for doing squats. And doing deficit bench press. And then after that, we have the XM Fitness Safety Squat Bar. It was their first version, and it's not the best. Shoulder pads are too wide. The has the wrong angles on it, so I got to kind of flip it upside down so it can sit on my shoulders without wanting to tip backwards. But overall, it still works. I use it still on a regular basis. Someday I'll upgrade to a newer version. And then over here we have the Bells of Steel Rackable Easy Curl Bar and a shorter Synergy Easy Curl Bar. Use those for doing tricep work, bicep work, forearm work, are what they are. Easy curl bars. I like the rackable one. It's nice for how you can just put it on the rack, load the plates on, do your thing. It's got more extreme curves to it. It's almost like a neutral grip. Let's see if we can get a shot of that. So quite extreme compared to the Synergy one, and I actually don't mind that. I like the more aggressive curve. I have a couple loading pins up here. I use those for doing some grip work with handle attachments, load the plates on. I also had a pulley set up at one point that I used. I got a 10-foot of rope attached to it. So I do like rope pulls, use the loading pin to load weight on there. But it was, the cable attachment from Synergy was trash. Eventually just the pulley seized up and chewed the cable apart. I got a new pulley up there now and it works fine, but the original one was garbage. Got the poor man's chalk bowl, went to the dollar store, got a stainless steel bowl, a bracket, filled it with chalk, voila. With the bracket and the bowl, got a $5 chalk bowl. Got my clamping barbell collars there. Here we got all my elbow sleeves, wraps, straps, figure eights, all that good stuff. My Cerberus soft belt, lever belt, use those a ton when I'm doing powerlifting. Fat grips. So I use the fat grips every now and then. I like them, but I find they're slick on my hands. That's why this one's got hockey tape on it. And that's a big reason why I went out and bought the axle bar. This axle bar is actually got very light knurling on it. which isn't common on an axle bar. I like that. We got the 1-inch plates on the wall. Those were from when I had my, I had a plate-loaded functional trainer and a plate-loaded low row pull-down, both from Fitness Avenue. Still have the pull-down outside, so we'll get to that in a minute. Over here, first off, built a storage bench. So that's where the functional trainer used to sit in the corner there. Got rid of that because I got some new cable stacks, which we're about to get to. Built a bench there. Usually sit there putting my shoes on. It's got all my kettlebells, all the smaller ones underneath. So we got pairs of 10, 15, 20, 35. And then we have the ones up top, 53, 62, and 70 pound kettlebells. They're all in kilograms. That's why they're weird numbers. Then we have the cable attachments. So just a standard pull down bar at the top. Tricep rope in the corner. Really like these. I got these off Amazon. Rolling fat grips. As you can see, nice thick grips on those. Use those a lot for grip training. If I'm doing light back work, I'll throw those in there. So I get some grip work at the same time. Tricep press down there, the V-bar. Ankle cuffs, I use those. Actually use them a lot for shoulder stuff. I strap them around my wrist, connect them to the cables, and do stuff like side lateral raises, rear delts. And then I got an extra long tricep rope, the blue black one there. Another tricep rope in behind that, and then 2 single tricep ropes, which are nice. My cable stacks have independent pulleys, so put one on each side and do them individually. Here we just got some extra carabiners, and I made 2 of these to lock my cables together so I can go 1-to-1 instead of 2-to-1. Then down there we got the low row handle. We have the nunchuck handles. I made those. Some old exhaust pipe, just welded some square washers on top and then put some eye bolts through. The eye bolts spin. Some metal D handles there, and then some of the fabric D handles that come with the functional trainer. Down here, straight attachment, easy curl attachment. And that takes us over to, well, before we do the cable machines, we'll go over here. So we got the mag grip style attachments. Got a wide sort of mid-range one. The pronated, supinated anchor grips, and then another narrower attachment. The handles curve in instead of curving out. So I like doing that handle for doing if I'm doing a little bit wider low rows, it works really well. If I'm doing really narrow low rows, I use the anchor attachment. I also use those for doing supinated pull downs, work really well for that. We got some slam ball storage. So I got a ton of slam balls from 10 pounds up to 150 pounds. Some squat wedges. I hate squat wedges, but my daughter uses them. Fixes her form up like nothing, which is awesome. Then I built some storage for bumper plates in the bottom there. To the right, to the left, you keep my sandbags. These are 40 and 80 pound sandbags. Keep those down there. Tib trainer. Absolutely love the tib trainer. I bought it off Amazon. I have no idea. Oh no, I didn't buy it off Amazon. Can't remember who makes it, but works well. Use that twice a week. Then we got some chains I made up. Lead chain and then the chains hanging from the bottom. 25 pounds each, so 50 pounds total. Eventually I'll go heavier on those. Hanging on the wall here, we have the an old just upright pressing bench seat, whatever you call it, 90-degree seated press. Then we got the Bells of Steel flat bench. Keep them on the wall out of the way. Up to the left there, we got just a workout mat, ab mat, whatever you want to call it. Got another one back there, another couple back there. Some blocking the windows here to keep the sunlight at bay in the summertime. Keeps it a lot cooler in here. There we got a Amstaff incline bench. The bench is a tank, weighs about 80 pounds, but and it works well, other than the top of the seats always had a little bit of a wobble to it. Not a big fan of that, but we work around it. On top of that, we got the XM Fitness weighted vest. 55-pound weighted vest. I use that thing pretty much every day for weighted vest walks. I'll go anywhere from a half an hour walk to a two-hour walk. Most I've done is 3 hours straight with it on. It will light up your traps after a while of having it on. You get used to it to a certain extent. After that, I got these E-Sport cable towers. I was looking at cable towers for a while. I thought about getting them from Bells of Steel, but I wasn't convinced for the price without being able to try them. These ones I went down to Kelowna in British Columbia here, and it's only an hour and 20 minutes away from my house. Got both stacks shipped to my house with taxes for $2,200. Got to go down and try them first. 2-to-1 ratio. If you use one pulley, if you lock them together, you get 1-to-1. So they say, again, metric, they say 198 pounds on them, but the top piece here that's welded in, so that's 11 pounds as well. So they rate it, or 12 pounds, whatever it is, they rate it as a 210-pound stack. So they do 11-pound increments plus this, which is fine for me. Certain exercises, they're a little heavy for my girls. But because it's 11-pound increments, I went and got these plate adapters. I ordered them from Bells of Steel. I got to chop them down a little bit. They stick out a hair. Got to try to get them in there more flush. But then I can put a 5.5-pound plate on there and split the difference. Go up in 5.5-pound increments. Really like these cable stacks. They're taller than the Bells of Steel ones, which was one thing sort of that I was concerned about with the Bells of Steel. Wanting to be as tall as possible. And yeah, like I say, they're super smooth, all metal, aluminum pulleys. They got shrouds. You'll see them outside that are supposed to kind of cover all this, but I just have never put them on. You can see they attach up there and come down, cover the stacks, but I'm not really too worried about making it look pretty. Here, I just got this. This is my latest cable attachment, Vulcan tricep strap. Really like that. Been using it a lot for obviously tricep work, but also for doing, say, weighted stack cable crunches. Hook my feet in the loop there when I do reverse squats with the cable stack. Tons of uses. Really enjoying those. I've been doing rows with them as well. Really well built, which is crazy to me, off Amazon for $26. I don't order a lot of fitness equipment off Amazon, but those for $26, like basically in Canada, you don't get anything for $26 shipped to you with shipping included. Nice, good padding in them. Super comfortable. So far, everything seems to be well stitched. Durable construction. I don't see those coming apart anytime soon. Nice beefy D-ring on there. One piece, it looks like. It don't think there's a, see if there's a seam in there. Yeah, there's a seam right there, but it's got a little weld on top of it. Keep it from separating. So we'll see. But so far, I pulled most of the weight on the cable stack with it with no issues. Then behind there, we have my farmer carry handles. I think they're MD Buddy, something like that. Got them from Flamin' Fitness in Kamloops. Had those loaded up with 220 pounds per hand doing carries. And they're beefy. Zero issues. The knurling's aggressive. Not careful, it will chew your hands apart. So you got to make sure you don't let it slip. A couple blocks I made for doing block pulls. I stack them on the floor and use them when I put my bench on them for doing seal rows, stuff like that. All right, last couple things before we head outside. We got the rings that can do dips, push-ups, pull-ups, act like a TRX. Super versatile tool. Really cheap to have in your gym. Bells of Steel. Great addition. I recommend them for Olympic everybody. Bar. I hang it from the monkey bars here. Had monkey bars when I didn't have much equipment. For just going back and forth, doing pull-ups, stuff like that. Bells of Steel Olympic bar, I use it as a spinning hang bar. I'll do pull-ups on there, do knee raises, and then I'll just hang for time to work on my grip. Then we got the dip handles there too. I didn't mention those, but I use those multiple times per week. Big fan of doing heavy weighted dips. All right, so the outside workout space, a little bit of a disaster out here, but we got the tire sled I built. The punching bag, heavy bag with hanger there. Bells of Steel yoke. Really like having that outside. Use it for doing carries. Yoke carries, Zercher carries in front. But it also doubles as a rack outside, which is super handy. I do a lot of stuff like, say, walking lunges on my track, and I can have my safety squat bar sit on there, unrack it, and just start from there. There is the Staff lat pull down low row. I took the low row foot piece off the bottom. I just strictly use it as a lat pull down. This one is I've never had an issue with it. It's plate loaded. I'm 5'8", about 5'8.5", and I can get a full extension on it. I would say if you're probably taller than 5'10", you're gonna not be able to get a full stretch at the top. We got a little bit of just plate storage there. Got the 1-inch plates for the loading on the machine. A couple of 45-pound plates there for the sled and the yoke. There we got some wooden farmer carry handles that I built. And right next to that, those are the covers that go on the cable machine. Maybe someday I'll get them put on. Never really in a panic to do that. There we have my wife's boxing gloves hanging there. And we have the battle rope, which I bought, but I never use. I think what I'm going to do actually with that is I'm going to take the end off of the rope inside that connects to the pulley, and I'm going to bolt it through the rope, and then I can use it to do rope pulls with the sled. And here we have the sled. So Staff sled. It on the rubber track. This one never came with any plastic feet on it, just metal. It has provisions to bolt some on, so I'm going to try to track some down, but it's quite sticky on the track, especially the hotter it gets. Which is fine, just means I have to put less weight on it to have a good resistance. It's got the handles there for doing pushes. It's got the D-rings built into it for doing pulls. You can do the handles on a little bit of an angle to do like wheelbarrow pushes, which I never do. I just do the straight up handles for pushes and pulls. Got a couple York 45s on there. I think I'm going to take these plates that are outside and put them on my new leg press, which we're going to get to right now. So the track, got 36 feet of rubber track there, plus the platform. So gives me a good amount of distance for doing pushes, pulls, carries. Then over there, a bit of a retaining wall with rubber mats on top. I use that for, I'll load the sandbag, load the heavy slam balls on there, kind of like an Atlas stone platform. And now we'll head into the garage gym. All right, so this is where the majority of the machines are. After back surgery, knew I had to get a bunch of machines that would allow me to work my legs and my posterior chain without loading my spine up. So we'll start on this side. Got the Bells of Steel reverse hammer. I do GHD work, reverse hyper work on it. Works really well for both. You can also do weighted back extensions if you set it up right, as if you're just doing a regular back extension. You loop your upper body through the belt. Bells of Steel belt squat. Got a ton of use out of this. I fabricated a toe raise attachment onto it. You can see it right there. Easily removable. You just pull a couple bolts, lift it off. Got a ton of use out of this machine. I really like it. You can play with foot placement. You can really lean back into the belt, keep really vertical shin angle to build your posterior chain and your quads at the same time. Got some Bells of Steel machine plates on there, strong arm calibrated plates on top of those. Also got the other, I don't know what you call them, more economy Bells of Steel plates with the handles on them, 45s there. If you're watching this video before July 8th, Bells of Steel's got their summer sale on. The reverse hammer, belt squat, that bench I have inside, a bunch of other things are on sale. I have an affiliate code in the description. Feel free to use it. Feel free not to use it as well. Got the Amstaff leg curl, leg extension machine there. Simple machine, but I love it. Had it for probably almost 4 years now. Never really had a problem with it other than it squeaks a bit. But took a bit to figure out how to set it up. I didn't realize when I got it that the front of the seat, you can raise it and lock a pin in there. Gives you a way better stretch on your hamstrings. Kind of the one thing that they could probably do better with it is the leg pad is just straight up and down. There's no cam on it to make quick, easy adjustment. But works great. I find with the actual pad that either goes behind your, like on your shin or behind your ankles there. You just set that up so you got lots of tension either at the top or the bottom of the movement, depending on what you're doing. And then it's got a good strength curve. Inspire, adjustable back extension. I use this thing a ton. Really nice. Commercial feeling machine. Nice padding, handles, nice adjustment. Everything moves smoothly. Nice pads on the back. So I got the barbell there. I do a ton of weighted back extensions with that machine. Hold the barbell and do it kind of like doing a deadlift, but from the 45-degree back extension level. Works the glutes and hamstrings like crazy, as well as you get that upper back work like you do with a deadlift. Lock those shoulder blades and lats and go to town. Next up, we got the Bells of Steel Blitz bike. I rarely use it in the summer. I use it more in the winter. So I got it tucked kind of back a bit so it doesn't get in the way of the barbell. When I want to use it, I just pull it out a couple feet. It works well. I've had it for, same thing, probably 4 years now, 3-4 years. It's a heck of a workout. Haven't had any issues with it. Display works. Everything works smooth. If you want to torture yourself, it's a good way to do it. And last up, we have my new Orion hack squat leg press combo. I just got it 2 days ago. I worked 10.5 hour days. I got home 7 o'clock at night, and it was the instructions were horrific. I'm gonna say that. I was up till 11:30 to put it together. So yeah, it took me a little over 4 hours to put this thing together. But it said it was commercial. I didn't know if it was or not. It looked pretty skookum in the pictures, and it is a tank. Not only that, but the range of motion is really good on it. I've been looking at one of these. I'm trying to find one for quite a while. And everything I read reviews on most of them is that the range of motion is terrible. I can get really good range of motion, like ass to grass on a hack squat, and I can get my knees right down out past my sides, basically to the limits of my flexibility. On leg press, I could go even deeper if I had the flexibility to do it. It's got nice big loading sleeves on it. I haven't measured them yet. I'm going to do a full review on this machine. Like I said, I just got it. I haven't actually done a full workout on it yet. I've just been playing around with it. Calibrated plates, I can get way more weight than I will ever need to on it. Padding's good. Obviously, there's always the, what do you say? Kind of the balance of making it comfortable for the hack squat and comfortable for the leg press. So the back pad is what it is. I'd like a bigger pad back there, but then it wouldn't fit between the headrest up here. It'd be nice if maybe they made, what would it cost you an extra $50 on the price to have two pads, one for doing hack squat and one for doing leg press. But, I don't have my tripod in here. But there's the pin. You pull that, lower the foot plate down, and then you just swap that guy up top. So like I say, I'll do a full review on this thing. But another cool feature I didn't even know it had from the picture, this thing right here is a toe raise attachment. It's always attached to the machine, but it's got a pop pin there. Pull the pop pin, flip it over on top of the platform when you're in hack squat mode. And then you can stand there on the carriage and do toe raises. So that's a really cool feature I didn't even know it had when I ordered it. Super excited about it. The one weird thing about it is it has a, so right there, you can put a band through the pin there, over top of there, and then down here, attach your band there, and then it's got an adjustment up and down so you can do band assistance. This is going to be assistance. It's not going to be making the movement harder. It's going to make it so it's easier at the bottom, harder at the top. So I guess maybe so you can overload the top and have it be this, you can still do your max level of difficulty at the bottom, but overload the top, which I guess kind of makes sense. Obviously for hypertrophy, you want it to be the hardest in the stretch position, but I guess not everything's hypertrophy. All right, I'll just show you quick how this works. So we're leg press mode right now. In nice, smooth safeties. So as I say, like right there, I'm not even touching the pin yet. That's my max flexibility. Then we go up a little bit more for doing hack squats. So we'll just go there, drop it back on the safeties.
Boo. Hey. Well, is it everything you hoped for?
Yeah, it's really good. It's a tank.
Is it?
Yeah, it's super solid, like heavy duty.
Oh, good.
My dad and stepmom live in my basement suite. He came to check it out
Alright, so
quick.
now we'll go from leg press to hack squat, and then I'll show you the toe raise functionality. So put that guy. That in place. Kind of got to push it up into the arm pads a bit there. Here. Now I got there's a stop right here. I've set it at the bottom, so I'll show you the range of motion, and then I can actually take that out and just rely on these safeties. Oh, that's bottomed out for me, but you can see ass to the grass, very deep. Or I could take that out. And I still hit the safeties just slightly lower when these are in place. There's one safety that flips around there. And then last of all, this is cool. I didn't even know, like I said, didn't know it had a toe raise feature. That pop pin locks that back into place. Then we hammer away on some calf raises. This thing's a beast, weighs 500 pounds. So far, like I say, just got it, but couldn't be more happy with it. Put it to use for a week or two here, and then we'll do a full review on it. If you see anything else in the gym you want a full review on, let me know. This thing is on sale for $2,000 off right now for the July Canada Day sale in Canada. Northern Fitness. Its regular was $3,600. I ordered it. It was on another sale a few weeks back. $1,600 plus shipping and taxes to my door for $2,200, which, considering the regular price $3,500 plus taxes. Absolutely insane. Super happy with it. Bells of Steel has their Canada Day sale on right now as well. I think till July 8th. Feel free to use my affiliate code. A lot of sales on both in Canada and the States right now. Great time to take advantage. Buy yourself some home gym equipment. That's it for the tour. Thanks for checking out my gym. Absolutely thankful every day that I can work out at home with the equipment that I have. Most of it isn't the most high-end equipment, but it all works well, functions awesome, does what I need it to do. All gets used on a weekly basis, so couldn't be more thankful. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.